Greetings, travelers. Um, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. This is my first YouTube video. I don't have a script. I just have a lot that I have been meditating on, thinking about navigating personally that I kind of just want to divulge on and unpack. And hopefully someone can relate, or maybe it can help someone, or maybe it can help me. Who knows? But I've been thinking a lot about becoming unfamiliar. And in my personal life, I have been noticing that familiarity has been a trigger for me. Um, the way I relate to familiarity, familiar environments, familiar people. Within the last year, I have changed a lot. Um, Leaning into content creation and taking up space, being super authentic and outspoken and charismatic was all very new for me. And within leaning into such a new identity and such a new personhood or embodiment and actualization of my authentic personhood, I feel like I quantum leap in terms of my identity. Um, and within that, I almost feel like I made such a large jump in identity that my identity was almost lagging, or the identity that was dying, the identity that was being severed and transformed from one to another, um, is in like a weird stasis. And I feel like sometimes I'm like straddling the fence between the two. And I notice that though I've changed so much, when I engage with familiar environments, people, just themes, patterns, cycles that have come up in my life, I revert. I revert from the new identity and I start to relate in familiar ways. So that is going to be the main theme of this that I want to talk about, is in becoming unfamiliar. Cause a lot of times I feel like I project the familiarity onto the environment because it is familiar, when in fact, it is not the environment that is causing me to revert into relating to it familiarly. I haven't fully actualized internally my unfamiliarness. I haven't grounded myself in my unfamiliarness. So when I am met with familiarity, I revert. I relate to it in a way that I'm used to relating to it. And what I'm learning now is that you have to be cognizant of how you navigate familiarity when you are changing. When you are changing, or when you have changed, everything has to change. You know, what's the saying? It's like, you cannot do the same things and get different results. You know, that's insanity. So it's like the important part of change. I feel like a lot of times we change our clothing, we change, our environment, we change all these different things, right? But if your internal landscape is not thoroughly grounded in this change, it is not truly integrated into unfamiliar ways of relating, thinking, imagining, visualizing, then no amount of external change will truly suffice. Because once you get out of the environments that are unfamiliar and that feel good to you, it's like, oh, such new environments. If you don't simultaneously change within yourself, when you are met with familiarity, once again, you will revert and you won't be actualized. And that's what I'm dealing with now. I'm dealing with the learning process of really, really grounding myself in a interchange and not just looking at my circumstances, my environments, and things outside of myself as a means to validate or assure transformation, because the transformation is very much so internal. And something that's been helping me a lot with that is the idea of karma, and not the Western reinterpretation or a colonialized idea of karma, but the authentic roots of what karma represents, which is all of your deeds and actions are consequential. And this goes even for your inactions. You know, a lot of times people say, well, I'm not doing anything, I have nothing going on. Inactivity is an act. Inactivity is consequential just as much as your physical actions. Your thoughts are karma. These are actions. So even when you think you're not doing anything, even when you're ruminating, when you're sitting, you're self-loathing, you're in these cycles of uh, doubt and insecurity, these are all consequential. These are all karma. So better understanding my karma and the consequential nature of all that I do and don't do, all that I think, how I relate, has really helped me better navigate um, becoming concrete in my transformation, becoming concrete and becoming unfamiliar. Um, and that's been the biggest part for me about becoming unfamiliar, is that never mind that, I'm in public. It's bound to happen. But the biggest part about becoming unfamiliar is truly inward, you know? And that's not to say that environments, new people, unfamiliar experiences and cultures won't impact you. But even while those things are happening, even if you do pursue a life of unfamiliarity and change and transformation outside of yourself, you have to simultaneously be internalizing this unfamiliarity for it to be consequential. Because if you are relating to these different things in the same way you have always related, it will be no different. Um, so yeah, I'm not quite sure how this journey is going to turn out for me, but my focus right now is becoming unfamiliar. I want to completely sever my old self, my old patterns and thinking, my habits of ruminating and self-loathing and undermining myself. Um, I feel these are things, you know, that I learned to do as defense mechanisms growing up, or just habitual, a habitual nature of, you know, self-hatred, if you will. And it becomes so normalized that it's like, even when beautiful opportunities are showing themselves to me And I'm seeing how much I've changed and how much impact I've created in the world and for individuals on my own individual level. I cannot even see it with clear eyes because my eyes are clouded and, you know, my heart is jaded with old frameworks. Um, so yeah, I hope I made some points. I don't really know. I feel like I'm just rambling, but yeah, we're working on the new framework. 2026 is about becoming unfamiliar internally. You know, it's really, really about how you relate. Um, yeah, it's my first video. I don't know how to end videos. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should write a script. I'm going to work on it. But, thank y'all for watching and, stay whimsical and all the things. I forgot that I'm a YouTuber now. Like and subscribe, man. Share the post, engage with it, leave your feedback. I'll be making more stuff, working on more thorough scripts so that I'm not constantly pausing and, you know, things of that sort in between my videos. But tell me what y'all would like to see from me. I want to get into some astrology stuff and all the things, philosophy, whatever. I just like to yap. Y'all know me. So like and subscribe and all the things.